Hey, this is Tom from Big Scary, and you're listening to Torrent This with Dando.
And now I'm joined on the line by one half of a Melbourne duo who have been dubbed by numerous media as one of the best Australian bands today. They released their debut album last year titled Vacation, and they'll be performing at The Corner in Melbourne on April 24th. I'm of course talking about Big Scary, and I'm lucky to be joined on the line by Tom Yarnsek. Tom, thanks for your time, man, and how's things?
Things are pretty well, yeah. How are you?
I'm always good, man. How was St Kilda Festival?
Oh, we had a rad day actually. It was really it was good fun, and it's a good vibe, and it's an interesting mix of people down there actually, and it's always good fun. So it was a good day.
How'd the weather hold out? It was raining when I was in Melbourne.
It was raining pretty heavily as we were loading in, and we're a bit unsure, and it was all completely outdoors where we were, so we're a bit nervous, but it held out fine. And knowing Melbourne, the sun popped its head out a few minutes later, and no worries.
Yeah. Did you pay a visit to Luna Park at all?
I didn't. I've actually never been to Luna Park.
In your whole life?
My whole life.
I've been there when I was like 5. I don't think much would have changed since then.
I don't think so either, but I tell you what, I'm not sure I'd be so sure about getting on some of those rides.
I know, right? Anyway, man, your new single is Leaving Home. You guys aren't far off filming a video for it, yeah?
Yeah, we're actually we're doing it this weekend, actually.
Yep. What's the main idea for the video?
Well, I'm not too sure. It's going to be kind of us and interdispersed with a bit of little kind of mini dramas and maybe kind of little dance episodes or something. I'm not too sure. I've just been told to arrive
okay
at a certain time, do my teeth, brush my hair.
Is it true that you had an issue with putting Leaving Home on Vacation originally?
We did originally because it was such an old song. I wrote it years ago, just before the first time I went overseas, which was 2006. So
Ooh.
it's an old song, but we actually, with the help of our producer, we kind of reworked it and put some new beats behind it, and we sort of breathed new life into it. Really, it was quite almost a different song by the end. So. Yeah. There were the initial reservations about whether we put it on, because you kind of want to still relate to what you're singing about.
Yeah.
But I think it came out really, really well. I mean, it was always a strong song, and yeah. Would
perfectionist be a good way to describe you?
Definitely. I've tried to relax. I guess a lot of musos really are perfectionists, particularly in the studio. It's amazing how much little things can just sort of needle away, and because there's always something different in your head to what's actually coming out, and that struggle to kind of to meet in the middle somewhere. That's sort of.
How good are you at holding your temper?
I'm very good. I say that much. If anyone can hold their temper, it's me. I don't know. I've never been a very angry person, I guess, but I guess I can be persuasive when I need to be.
You've been declared like the songwriter of Big Scary. Do you think you'll ever release some solo material, or do you prefer to just focus on Big Scary for the time being?
Well, I actually have got a little solo thing going,
yep.
And I may as well take this opportunity to give a little plug.
Go for it.
I've just got a little side project thing called Dads, and that just kind of occurred. It wasn't intentional. I just had these songs recorded, and it was sort of an album's worth of material, and we were unsure whether we should do something with it or just sort of forget about it. And so we just thought, well, why not put it out there? And yeah, so that's what that is.
What does Jo think about you releasing solo stuff already?
Yeah, well, she's been telling me she's got her own solo project starting up called Mums.
Okay.
So that's what she's working on. So
it's been said that it's been said that you tend to keep the inspiration for your songwriting hush hush at times. Is there any reason for this?
I don't know. I'm always a bit. A lot of the songs can be, or the inspiration for the songs can be quite personal things, or in other cases they even relate to like Jo. That kind of. I'm not so sure about. I don't know. It just sort of takes me a while for that stuff to come up. Or
do you just write stuff and then make up the inspiration later on?
sometimes, yeah, you know, when I'm getting desperate.
Yeah. Joe has said that you guys chose to do the 4 Seasons EPs due to the fact that you guys weren't sure on what your favourite style of music was at that point. Have you now come to a decision on what your favourite style is?
No, we're still just as confused, if not more confused. I don't know, that's just us, and I mean, that's kind of why we do the music we do, and, you know, if we did ever figure it out, I'm not so sure that would help, you know?
Yeah.
I think what's exciting for us is that there's this sort of breadth of genres and styles, so, yeah, that's us, I guess.
Do you get sick of people asking you what genre of music you are?
Yeah, but I do actually, but it doesn't bother me as so much. I mean, it's one of those things, you know. It's I mean, people ask, but really, once you tell them, that it doesn't really get them any closer to figuring out.
Yeah, you might as well just not ask anything.
I think most people, you know, they you know, especially parents or whatever, who ask you that, you know, just want to make sure that you're not doing kind of death metal or something. Not that there's anything wrong with that, you know, but it's just something I like to clear up, you know.
Yeah. Now, you'll be doing a nationwide tour in April, but before then, you're heading back over to the States to do a string of gigs, including the Aussie Barbecue. How excited are you to be a part of this? I'm
stoked. I can't believe it. I'm so excited just to travel again, mostly. I mean, the last time I really travelled was when I wrote that song, Leaving Home. So back in 2006, I spent half a year overseas, and yeah, I mean, the band's great, but you're sort of tied to it in a lot of ways, and so up until this point, we haven't really been able to go overseas and travel. So the fact that the band's now going overseas by itself is really exciting, and it's, you know, new opportunities and new places, faces, and I can't wait. It's great.
No matter how huge you guys eventually become, because you're gonna, will Melbourne always be considered home?
No, I plan on blowing Melbourne off pretty quick, and when I get my apartment in Paris, and I'll just like fly between those two.
Exactly, as anyone would.
So that's the plan.
Yeah.
But I mean, Melbourne's been great, but yeah, I'll probably ditch it pretty quick, smart.
Okay. How do you guys plan to get around when you're in the States?
Yeah, there's been quite a few interesting little kind of issues like that popping up. Like I think it's sort of we've been advised to hire cars here, and then definitely not hire cars in other places. And yeah, I mean, I think in LA we've got a car. I've got the impression it's sort of a place that you have to drive, you know, have a car to get around, and then I think you'd be crazy to have a car in New York. So it's, you know, I think it's taxis. You guys travel around in Joe's Ford Falcon in Australia, yeah? Yeah, the Ford that gets us around. It's a bit sick actually though at the moment. Yeah. What's wrong with it? I'm not too sure how many more trips it's got left in it, but it's down to Geelong plenty of times before.
Are you one of those guys that's like a Ford or a Holden man? Because I'm not. I'm not into cars at all.
I'm not into cars at all. And if I was, I don't know. I wouldn't get sucked into that. I'm just happy to have a car. I've got a 30-year-old Volvo. So
30-year-old Volvo, nice.
I just like that it turns on when I turn the key.
Yeah. You play both piano and guitar. If you could have the option to only play one of these for the rest of your career, what would you choose and why?
Maybe guitar. I mean, piano. I don't know, just for the pure variety, you know.
Yeah.
You get so much more with choosing guitar. You know, you get your acoustic and your electric, and then you know, all your pedals and stuff.
Yeah.
I think if you had to stick with one, I think I'd choose guitar.
I've read that you guys sometimes have to share a double bed at friends' houses when you're in between gigs on tour.
Correct.
So, do you guys prefer to top and tail, or is there some spooning action going on that we don't know about?
No, we just put a line of pillows in the middle, and no, we're fine. Like there's no top and tailing necessary. We've never had to share anything smaller than a double.
Would you like to?
Yeah, so I'm a very light sleeper, so.
Oh, okay then.
I just, I often don't sleep at all on tour anyway. I'm that bad, but yeah, we just kind of keep to our edges, and we're right. If
you were to say hypothetically you were to spoon, who would be the big spoon?
Ooh, see, it would just being taller. You know, I think it'd be me, but I don't know about that. I reckon Joe would be the perhaps the surprise big spoon, you know.
Who out of the two of you would you say is big and who is scary?
Well, I'm physically big.
Okay.
Bigger.
Yeah.
But I don't know how scary Jo can get.
Have you seen her at her worst?
I've definitely seen her at her worst. Yeah, no, that can be pretty scary. I'd say if I was a little kid or something who saw Jo like after a Saturday night, yeah, I reckon I'd be pretty scared.
Now, a couple more questions, man. I won't keep you too much longer. Where do you see yourself on both a personal level and the band in 12 months' time?
12 months' time? Well, I mean, my personal life is very much entwined with the band.
Yep.
So, I mean, I guess I'll be where the band will be. I mean, I'm kind of working on new stuff, so I hope in 12 months to have a lot of that sort of finished up and, you know, looking at releasing that, if not already released. So that's kind of where we're at. I mean, I hope we get a bit more travel in this year.
Yep.
But yeah, no, what sort of excites me most is recording new stuff. I think, yeah, we've sort of been getting some new ideas brewing, and yeah, looking forward to working something with those.
All right, cool. Sounds good. And just one last question, man. I ask this to everybody.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for all aspiring songwriters and musicians?
I think my advice would be to all songwriters and musos is to learn to listen to things, you know, and try listen as objectively as you can. I think it's you know, and to become a critical listener. You know, I think it's okay to not like something, and often, you know, a lot of the time you do dislike something, but being able to maybe pinpoint what it is you don't like about a song, or, you know, I hope that really helps you develop your songwriting, and even things, you know, with your own songwriting, you know, being able to say, well, actually, that's pretty average, you know. Like,
yep.
I think that goes a long way to putting out a good tune.
Well, there you go. If you haven't already, make sure you grab yourself a copy of Big Scary's debut album, Vacation. Check them out at The Corner on April 24th, and for all the latest news and info on them, like them on Facebook at facebook.com/BigScaryBand. Once again, Tom, thanks for your time, man, and good luck with the tour.
Thanks so much, man.
Catch you later, man.